The house stood at the end of Blackwood Lane. It was a crumbling Victorian mansion, shrouded in shadows and secrets. Ivy crawled up its gray stone walls like grasping claws. The windows were dark, like empty eyes staring out at the world. Mina shivered as she walked up the long, cracked driveway. She had lived in this house her entire life, yet it still frightened her. Inside, the house was dark and dusty. Cobwebs hung from the high ceilings. The air was heavy with the smell of decay. Mina's footsteps echoed on the wooden floors. She walked slowly, her heart pounding in her chest. She was heading for the hallway at the end of the house. The hallway her parents had forbidden her from ever entering. At the end of the hallway was a door. A large, imposing oak door with a heavy iron lock. Mina had never seen it open. No one had. Her parents always avoided talking about the door. They refused to tell her what was behind it. Their silence only fueled Mina's curiosity. The forbidden door was a constant presence in Mina's life. It was a mystery that she was desperate to solve. What was hidden behind that door? Why were her parents so afraid of it? She lay awake at night, her mind racing with possibilities. Was it a secret room, a hidden treasure, or something far more sinister? Mina's family had lived in the house for generations. The door had been locked for as long as anyone could remember. There were whispers of a curse, a terrible tragedy that had befallen the family long ago. Some people in the nearby town said the house was haunted. They said the door sealed in a terrible evil. Mina tried to dismiss these stories, but they clung to her like cobwebs in the dark. One day, Mina overheard her parents arguing. They were whispering, their voices hushed and urgent. She couldn't make out the words, but she heard enough to know they were talking about the door. Her father sounded afraid. Her mother sounded resigned. They were planning to leave the house, sell it, and never look back. That was when Mina made up her mind. She wouldn't let them. She would unlock the door herself. A storm raged outside. Rain lashed at the windows. Wind howled like a banshee in the chimney. It was the perfect night. Her parents were asleep. Mina crept out of bed. She grabbed the old heavy key she'd found hidden in the attic. Her hands trembled as she tiptoed down the hallway. Each creak of the floorboards made her heart jump. The hallway was colder than she remembered. The air felt heavy, oppressive, like something was watching her. She stopped in front of the door. The lock was covered in rust. It took all her strength to turn the key. The lock clicked open with a heavy thud that echoed through the house. For a moment, Mina hesitated. Fear threatened to overwhelm her, but her curiosity was stronger. She took a deep breath and pushed the door open. The door groaned in protest, as if it hadn't been opened in centuries. The smell hit her first, musty and damp, like the inside of an ancient tomb. The room beyond was dark. Mina stepped inside, her hand groping for a light switch. The room was small and dusty. Cobwebs hung from every corner. A single cracked mirror hung on the far wall. It was tarnished with age, its surface clouded. Mina reached out and wiped the dust away with her sleeve. As she did, a figure began to take shape in the mirror's reflection. It wasn't her own. It was a young girl, about Mina's age, with long, flowing black hair and piercing blue eyes. She wore a long, white dress that seemed to shimmer in the dim light. The girl smiled, a slow, eerie smile that sent shivers down Mina's spine. "Hello," the figure whispered, her voice echoing strangely in the small room. "I've been waiting for you." Mina stumbled back in terror. She wanted to scream, to run, but her feet felt glued to the floor. The figure in the mirror stepped closer. Her reflection reached out, her hand passing through the glass as if it were water. Long, sharp fingernails like claws glinted in the dim light. "You shouldn't have come here," the figure hissed, her voice filled with a cold fury. "Now you'll never leave." Mina's scream echoed through the house as the figure lunged at her. The sound woke her parents. They rushed down the hallway to the forbidden door, but it was too late. The door was open. The room was empty. Only the cracked mirror remained, reflecting their horrified faces. Mina was gone. Trapped within the mirror's depths, her silent scream forever echoing within